And here we have it, Warhawks Box, brought to you by BigBadToyStore.com. Check them out, they're good people. Alright, that's enough plugging. Let's open this package. As you can see, we have a Warhawk here, 3-in-1 Beast RP Bot. Yeah, RP Bot, not robot, RP Bot. Seems like a little bit of a typo there, I'm guessing. Of course, age is 15 and up only. You know, don't want little kids playing with your unique toys here. Series 1, which I'm assuming it'll be, you know, 1, and the next toy will be Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, Series 5. Got this wonderful grid pattern here, and this awesome Predaking emblem at the very top left-hand corner next to the wonderful artwork. I still can't get over that typo right there on the very front of the box, no less. Yeah, we got a really nice pattern on this box, though. The artwork for a third party is just absolutely amazing, you know, despite the 3-in-1 RP Bot. But if you look at this, let me set it here so you can see it a little bit better. Oh, there's my knife that I used to open with. Got the emblem on the top of this really wonderful line art of the figure. And if you look on the side, I'll move this out of the way here so you can see. If you look on the top, and you can see that wonderful line art a little bit better. But that's just amazing to me. I like that. Kind of reminds me of the Unicron scanning from the original Transformers movie. Again, the grid pattern continues on the top. Now, if we look on the side here, you see how it kind of just, the wonderful artwork just bleeds off to the side of the, you know, artwork off the side of the package. And most Hasbro stuff, you know, that would just be it. And there'd be a picture on the other side. But this one, you know, it continues around the side, and it looks absolutely amazing. And once we flip it over, you can see all the wonderful little, well, robot mode and alt mode, except for the glares in the way. But you also see his arm mode for combined form. You know, I love how it says transform on the box, though. I thought they might say change, like most generic stuff would say. I'm afraid to use the T word. Warhawk. Well, this is bio. Warhawk. No member of the Warhawk has struggled with a sense of identity quite like Warhawk. I think that's another typo. I think it's supposed to be no member of the Warlord has struggled with a sense of identity quite like Warhawk. Either that or there's multiple Warhawks, and that's probably why he has identity issues, because, well, there's a lot of them. But yeah, the bio is actually kind of neat. They call them robots instead of Transformers, so, you know, it's kind of interesting. Makes me think that, you know, it's not RP Bot. It's not like a trademark they're going for. It's actually probably a typo on the front. The bio is just, it's a little silly, you know. It's been millennia since he replaced his name with that of one of the few airborne robots. Every time I just see that, I just kind of wonder, like, okay, I know they can't you know, divulge too much more in Hasbro's properties, but still. And here you got this wonderful emblem again. You know, I absolutely love that emblem with Predaking head on it. The very top, you know, you have a little bit more, you know, on top. Can be combined with other Beasticon members that form Warlord Giant Robot Mode. And always pull it out gently. You never know what's going to snag on. You see, we got the Predaking hand, 2 wings. Looks like a nice sword there. Wonderful color sword. I love the update for it. It's quite nice with the red and the black and the gold all mixed together. One thing on here, you don't really get a good appreciation of. This is not pink right here. This looks pink on my camera. I had to look down a second and see if it's actually red. Let's see if I can get it in better light here. Get a nice look around my dirty kitchen. Aren't y'all lucky people today? And unlike previous reviews I've seen of it, this actually looks fairly good quality. I don't see any spots where the paint was messed up or rushed. I had a previous reviewer give it a really kind of a lukewarm review because his had damage to his paint, which is very frustrating when you're paying $80 for a figure, you know, basically, and it's messed up. So here we are. There's also an instruction book on the bottom. I believe it's from the instruction book. Complete with card. And the picture of that wonderful artwork and his stats. Let me read these off to you. Strength, intelligence, speed, rank, courage, fire blast, and skill. So it's the basic, you know, Transformer stats. You know, they didn't come up with anything else too wacky or different with it, you know. It's not like they didn't call it, you know, power, you know, to strength and wisdom, rapidity, you know, something weird like that. Staying power, position, fortitude, firepower, and talent. Wouldn't it be awesome? Talent. Have a talent of 10 for a Transformer. Ooh, this is wonderful. One of the things I love about third party I just recently found out with when I bought City Commander is that they give you these mini comics, and in the mini comic, you know, it's a beautiful artwork, and in it itself, the comic itself, it usually shows you how to transform it. This one doesn't. It just gives you a nice mini comic for you to continue on. I guess incentive to keep buying $80 toys. Like, I'm just going to stop at one. And you see in the last page here we have the traditional G1 style instructions. Actually, this isn't really G1 per se. I guess it's just something Transformers have been using for a while now. Very standardized design. I'm very curious what they would remold this or repaint this toy as. I mean, if you're looking at it, it's so obvious to be Dive Bomb. And I'm just looking at it over here, and I don't see any bad spots at all. I must have got a really good one here. So yeah. One thing I did report was on the back hand with some damage. And there's a little scruff marks on that. You know, this thing came all the way from freaking China. You know, it's gonna have some shipping wear in it. You know, it's not like Hasbro being a very overprotected with their toys and products. You know, this is third party, and they did an excellent job with it. And Big Bad Toy Store did an excellent job packing it so it gets to me safely. And let's go ahead and pause the video so I can pull it out and set it up for display. And here we have the alt mode here. Went ahead and moved it in this room here, so I'm away from my microwave and stove light box. I know that y'all love so much. It's a very basic alt mode. I almost didn't want to record it, but you know, went ahead and showed it to you. You know, it's a pretty nice little mode. There's not really much of an update over the original. It has some really neat built-in claws on the bottom that pop out when you transform it. It kind of reminds me of how Unicron's feet were on the movie. How they pop out and then you just sit, you know, they pop out all cold together and you just unfurl them. One other thing, I haven't heard anyone mention this before, but let me show you this. On his wings here, they are each individually articulated, which is awesome to me. I love that. That is just awesome. I kind of got him in his down. The original, it's not much smaller than the original mold is, which the original mold is basically the size of a Mega or Voyager, depending on what line you're talking about, what time period, you know. It's a fairly large size toy. It wasn't a carded toy, it was a boxed one. But of course, back in G1, like their version, the deluxes were boxed. So, take that. And here we have Warhawk. He's on my top of my Overlord tank piece. It's currently in somewhat of a base mode here, which I have pulled back on my. This is my, what they call it online, Chug, which is Classics Hinkai Universe and Generations, which basically means like Classics, basically. This is the Decepticon shelf for the basically the TF, TM characters and onward. Decepticons, you know, and there's like comic-only characters like Thunderwing and Straxus over there. They call him Darkman, but Straxus. In the back, we also have, you know, what's his name, Dark Shadow or whatever, and Octang right there, and a couple Scourge I have for sweeps. And we got a Fall Cybertron Sound Blaster, because, you know, why not throw a Sound Blaster in there? Yeah, because that fits in with Continuity a little bit, Sound Blaster. Anyways, you see he's appears to be a little bit higher than Cyclonus there. Cyclonus is actually leveled with the cabinet, or sorry, the surface of the shelf, and he's standing up on the little base mode there, and he is overpowering all of them, visually at least, because, you know, why not? He's a new toy. He's one of my favorites of, you know, Transformers. Was you know, the whole Predacon team was my favorite. So as a child, and pretty much is today as compared to, you know, the rest of the G1 line. So here we have, you know, just to see him, and you know, a good mix, and you can see he doesn't really stand out all that much compared to the others, you know. So he actually does fit in quite well. I can't say that the Mastermind collection or Mastermind collection version of him would be so well fitting to that shelf because of the general, you know, size and kind of stylized design of him, you know. So really, I guess this is probably the better set for me, even though it's smaller. So some people are like, it's smaller, so, and it costs about the same, so you're not getting the best value. There is more to third-party Transformers than size, and Transformers in general, the size isn't everything, you know. It's, you know, complexity of the engineering of the mold, as well as, you know, just the general aesthetics of the mold as well, and plus articulation. As you can see, I have it now in basically an arm mode here. You can see a nice look at the hand. I have it a little bit differently from what they recommend in the instructions. And the instructions, they want you to have it on that side there. They want you to have it like that, where it's turned. We can see the vents sitting up, and it looks better aesthetically. I can get where they're going with that, but the thing about it is you can't turn it once you're in there. This doesn't move. It doesn't. He just becomes a straight-armed robot, you know, arm. But if you have it like I had it, you can use his natural joints and be able to actually bend that and give him an elbow. You can see on the back here we have this little connector right there, and I'm assuming that's going to be similar on all of them. It's going to be their new style connector right there. Give you a better look at it. Yeah, it looks like a nice little sturdy connector, so, you know, a lot better than this old Scrambled City ones, huh? You can see in the front there. I still just love how they detailed the feathers, the tail feathers, and the head and everything. It's just a beautiful mold to me. Absolutely beautiful. So that's my review of this toy in a nutshell. Aside for some slight quality control issues, like the sword and, you know, things just not quite fitting exactly right. It's a really excellent toy. It's a great third-party toy. If you want to modify an updated version of Predaking, it's actually a really good toy to get. I would highly recommend it. The price tag on it is a little steep. It's around $80 shipped off a Big Bad Toy Store. You can find it on eBay for a little bit cheaper. To be honest with you, I was kind of a little miffed about that when I saw that. It's like, oh man, I could have had this like a week or 2 weeks earlier and paid less for it. But you know what? I already had it pre-ordered with Big Bad Toy Store. Big Bad Toy Store, and gotta give them a shout out. They're a really great company. So if you want to give them some business, go ahead, check them out at least. But that's my review for Mr. Warthog, the first of the Warlord series. If you have any questions or comments or anything you want to follow up on, hate my video, tell me I need to edit more, go ahead, leave me a comment about that. I'll listen to it. Any feedback is feedback, right? So y'all have a pleasant evening and enjoy your Transformers.